I don't know. Can you hear me, guys, now? Hello, guys.
Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down and get up to $140 off Factor ready to eat meals. Deal ends April 11th. I have an itch in my throat that I cannot scratch.
Uh, okay, okay. Can you see me now? Can you guys see me now? Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me right now or if you can see my face, just to be sure everything is fine. Let me know in the comment section that we are perfectly good. Okay, so I think I will assume that we are good right now. Because I think, yeah, good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry, initially, I guess probably I messed up something. So because it was showing on my hand that you can see me, but I didn't know you guys are not seeing me. Apologies for that. So, yeah. So let's get started. So, yeah, the person you are seeing right now is Moses. My name is Moses, and I'm scholarship analyst. So we have about two teams, like three, consist of three people. So, but I might be the one you always see most of the time. So, but what we'll be talking about today is tips on getting scholarship. That is what we'll be talking about today. Tips on how to get scholarship. Currently I currently have four scholarship I've won so far. I recently won one recently, a PhD scholarship. So, which I feel that because some people might be thinking that I'm a first class student, which is why I'm getting scholarship. No, I'm not a first class student. I'm actually a second class upper. So I'm not a first class student. So so that's like I said, for first class, I know some first class people that are not even getting scholarship. So which is why I always tell people it's not only about the result, it's about your other document like SOP, your recommendation, your CV, your resume, and the likes. These are other things that actually makes up your application. These are the things that the people or the person or the recruiter or the person I want to give you the scholarship looks at before giving you scholarship. And also another thing is that I have some friends that they are third class, like their result is third class, what they carried out in their school, and they still got a scholarship studying in the United States. So, which is why I always tell people, you having a low grade doesn't mean that you not get a scholarship. Everything has scope. Everything has like tips you need to know. Okay, example now, like a girl, uh, she's also I think is this top class. I'm trying to remember. I think two or something like second class lower. I think that was she had. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think that was she had, and she wants to apply for scholarship in the United States. And what did I do? Because I'm already experienced in scholarship application and applying to study abroad. So I make sure that I cook up a nice story, telling them why she had a lower class, like why she had a lower score or grade in our undergraduate, telling them the impact she has made in the community and everything. And she got about $600 scholarship this coming fall, and I'm even happy that she had the scholarship. So this is just to show you, just like tell you that it is not just about you having a first class or a strong two or anything that gives scholarship. No, you don't need that. You just need a very strong documentation. You need a very strong uh, SOP, a strong resume, everything. Sometimes you might need to cook up story, cook up lies in your resume. That is just a fact. We need to be frank about ourselves. We need to cook up some lies. Okay, I helped the lady to write her personal statement because the one she wrote, she didn't write it well. And after writing it, she was like, I told her that we just need to cook up story. And I cook up midnight story for her, and everything blended with each other and everything went well. And she got the scholarship. So the main thing is that you need a very good personal statement. You must be a very good storyteller. You must be someone that can show passion. You show purpose. You will show potentials in your personal statement. Let the person that is reading it knows that you have passion or to come and study, that you are actually there to achieve your goals. So these are the things you need to show while writing SOP. On my channel, I've shown you guys how to write a very strong SOP, writing it yourself, or you can use AI, which I showed you guys two ways to do that. You can, if you check my channel, you see a video on that, on how to write personal statement, a very good personal statement. And I also show you guys samples. Another thing Another thing is you need to some scholarship actually have objective. Not all scholarship, but some, especially those scholarship that they are not university scholarship, they have objective and goals. So you need to read the scholarship requirement, read the scholarship information to be able to know what that scholarship is for. And that is what you're able to blend your application or blend your SOP or blend your motivation letter into that goals, so that it will be as if your goals or your vision aligns with theirs. Everything is just a cook up story. Like I said, you have to be very, very good in writing story. It is not just about giving AI and say, write me a SOP or motivation letter for this. No, you have to make sure that every story is connected to each other. That is just the main thing. So another thing is that because some people, once they see scholarship application link, they just go ahead and just start applying. They don't even read the stuff, like they don't even read the requirement. They don't even know maybe they are even fit for it. You just need to take some extra action to pay attention to details. So another thing you should also be looking at is having a strong recommendation letters. So nice. It's always good to have lecturers recommending you for admission or scholarship. It's good. Do you understand? But sometimes you may also use your, what do you call it, your employer or professional recommendation, maybe from a friend that is working in a company, or from your employer, or you're working with someone, they can recommend you for admission. When I first got my first three scholarship for masters, uh I didn't use any professor, any lecturer. All these recommendation letter I wrote, they are from professional bodies, like all these companies. I mean professional, like all these companies. Maybe your manager or your employer writing recommendation for letter for you. So, but if you have opportunity that your lecturer can write you a recommendation letter, perfectly good. Do you understand? It will strengthen your application. But if you don't have, that's not a barrier also. Use the one that you have. I know that some people, they try to forge a recommendation letter. I'm not saying you should not steal. What I mean by stealing is forging. But make sure that whatever you are doing, make sure you do a clean job. That is just the main thing. Because some of these days, some schools try to verify some recommendations because they know that people are not writing recommendation letters themselves. So you should do well and do justice. Another thing is resume. I've also shown you guys on this channel how to write a resume. You can go through our videos. The video is there. Make sure you have a very strong resume. Sometimes you need to cook up story just to uh just to sweet talk yourself and tell them you did this, you have that, you have these skills, you have done this, you have gone to this place, you have gone to this place, all those kind of stuffs. You just need to sweet smart yourself I'm seeing a question. I will talk about it. Just once I write it up, I will allow question and answers so you can ask the questions. So is what they call it. You must have a very good resume. Like I said, you can sweet talk yourself, like sweet yourself in like cook something up nice for yourself so that whenever whoever reads your resume, they understand they are going to be pleased and be happy with whatever they are reading from your resume. And I've shown you how guys how to write one an academic resume. It's different from a professional resume. So please go to the video or I'll try and get it and also watch it. Then another thing is the most summary or everything is what follow instruction exactly. Read scholarship information before applying. Submit all required documents and also double check your application. Name your files properly if you don't want them to mix up, you know, and also proofread, especially your SOP, your personal statement or motivation letter. Make sure you proofread them so as to stand out from the crowd because you are not the only one applying for the scholarship. Example now, Open Door Scholarship. You know how many thousands of people that apply for all over the world. And I'm happy that over 100 people won from our group because I did the poll. I put out the poll to know the number of people that won. And even last year, we have a lot of people that won. I'm happy. So you are competing with other people. That is what you should know. So the only way for you to stand out and and succeed and will be successful in your application is to submit good document. You to submit something that is so captivating, something that is attractive. Whenever they are reading uh, your document or your application, they'll be pleased that oh, this is the right candidate for this. That's what you need to do. Even if you have to cook up story, you just make sure you please the person. No, there are some things that you write finish and you read it yourself, like, oh, this makes sense. But there are some things you will write and you'll be like, oh, this does not really make sense. So it all depends. So because you are, like I said, you are applying with other people that have better qualification, better experience, better degree, better scores than you. So, but you know your strength, you know your weakness, you know yourself. Do you understand? Which is why you have to make sure your application is unique. You have to make sure that your application is unique and you have something that stand out among others. That is the best way to get scholarship. Do you understand? Then another thing is always plan deadline. Make sure you also submit your application before deadline. You know, these are the things that also help you. And you can also use AI tools to brainstorm, or maybe if you need idea or to write a story or to cook up something to make you stand out. You can use ChatGPT, Grammarly, all those AI to get ideas so as to know what to write. And also attend, make sure to always attend info sections. Do you understand? You know, like I said at the beginning of this video, that you don't need to be a first class student before you can get a scholarship. Some people believe that you have to be a first class student before you can get a scholarship, or you have to be extremely brilliant. No, I just told you guys that I have friends that they are third class, and they have fully funded scholarship in the US. And I told you that me personally, I'm not a first class student. So it all depends on your materials, your personal statement, your motivation letter, your maybe your diversity statement, depending on the school or the scholarship. Your resume is also important. Your recommendation letter is also important. You know, so and other stuff that they whatever they required from you. So uh so those are the things I need to share with you guys. So the main tips in summary, because I'll be rounding this up now. I don't want to be too long, so that you can start your question and answer, and we can just finish and end. So, in summary, for those that came late, what I'm trying to say that the tips for you to get a fully funded scholarship, just I have done. Like I said, I have won about 4 scholarship so far, including PhD scholarship, and I'm not a first class student. But what makes me stand out, everything's all on God, but I was able to submit a very good application. I was able to write a very convincing SOP, a very convincing personal statement. I was able to combine all my experience and my resume and everything, write something good. If you see my resume and you'll be like, wow, this guy have done a lot. It's all because I could cook something up for myself. If you see my SOP or personal statement, if you read it, be like, wow, this guy is good. No, it's because I was able to sit down and write something captivating, something that whenever you read it, you're like, oh, this is good. That is why I said that you must be a very good storyteller. If you are giving someone your personal statement to write for you, the person needs to know you better, or the person must ask for your CV to know you, to able so that he can cook something up for you. So that's it, because it is because scholarship is not only based on your scores, it's not only based on your CGPA, it's based on other criteria, like I've said before. And I also talk about a lady that I helped recently, that a lady and a guy. So the lady is a I think I'm still trying to remember her CGPA, but I think she's a second class lower or something. And I cook up some story for her, how why she had a second class lower while studying in our undergraduate, and how she has also tried to improve herself over time, and how she also contribute to the community and everything. Cook up nice things for her, and I said the lady got a scholarship from a university in US, and they give her about $36,500 scholarship. So it's like I said, it's not about you having first class. It's about you getting a supplementary materials and putting everything together and make your application stand out. It is just that's just the main thing. Don't have the perception that it's because I don't have a first class. That's why I'm not getting scholarship. Just erase that. I'm telling you, erase that. So I have someone too that is second class lower, a guy again has a scholarship in the US also. So, like I said, it is not about you getting first class. It's just about you putting the right materials and application together. And these things I've shown you on my channel. You can go through my channel, find the videos, or search on it. How to write a award-winning statement of purpose or motivation letter, a scholarship winning resume or CV. I've shown you how an academic CV look like. These are the things you need to combine together. And also, if you finish your undergraduate and you want to publish a paper, there are also ways to publish it so that you can also this also help you to stand out when you have a published paper. Also, these are the things like little things. Do you understand? Just go to the channel and just look for those videos. It will also help you to know what you should have in your resume and what you should have in your SOP. So that'll be all for today. And yep. So I'll be taking question and answer right now. And also another thing is that there's also uh don't worry, don't worry. Like I said, I will be making a video very soon on some like step-by-step guide on how the application process went to for the recent scholarship I won, and how you can also apply or do a copy and paste of same thing with yours. So uh we are now in question and answer. If you have any question, let me know. So, but the question I have in the comment section or in the chat box right now is, how do BSc students get recommendation? So if you are a BSc student, so before I answer this question, if you have any question, drop it in the comment section or in the chat box right now. So if you are a BSc student and you need a recommendation letter, what you need, there are two ways. So I will use my own as an example, like when I finished my undergraduate. So I finished my undergraduate, and I was applying for scholarship. So, like I said, it's two ways. The first way is to contact your professors or your lecturers in your school that they should write you a recommendation letter, or you let them know that you want to use them as your recommender, that they should give you their emails or and their name and phone number, so that whenever you need it, you just input it on the application you want to put, and they will send them a link. Some applications require sending link to the lecturers, while some requires like you have a copy already, you just upload. So that's one way. But for people that have graduated for a long time, like maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 4 years ago, that their lecturer self did not even know, that their lecturer did not even know them anymore, or maybe they could not even remember who they are as a student. So those kind of stuffs, you can still try and reach out to your lecturer, and if you can't, so what I did my own time was I use a professional resume. So I use a professional resume like the employer I was working with. I told the employer to write a recommendation for me. So and also uh uh if you have some other friends that are working in another company, do you understand? They can also act as your employer also. Do you understand? They will just need to write a recommendation letter for you or send them a link, and then you can even tell them to, once they send them the link, they will send you the link, then you submit it yourself and write anything you want to write inside. So those are ways to get recommendation. Is either you meet your lecturer or you find a professional recommender, maybe your employer or your friends working in the company that can just be recommender for you. You know what I mean. So that's just so the one I went for at my own time was I used professional recommendation or recommendation. So but for my PhD I use lecturers because it's just a recent, So you okay? You mean one that is going for BSc that hasn't been to university before to get professor? You are talking about okay. So if you are talking about you going for a BSc, then I guess you went to high school, so you can use your high school recommender. Do you understand? So since you went to high school, you can use your high school recommender. Like you can use your teachers from your high school because they know that you are applying for a BSc. So they are not expecting recommendation from a lecturer or a professor. So you can use your high school as your high school teachers, maybe your English teacher or any teacher that you think you guys are close, or you think the teacher can able to write one good thing about you. Do you understand? You just use just like two or three. Most times always two, but in worst case three. So if you have some teachers that you are very close to in your school, and the teacher can write something good about you, or or you can let the teacher know that you need a recommendation, you're applying for a scholarship to study abroad, that you need them to be able to submit a recommendation. So then reach out to them and collect their details and use them as recommenders. So that's just it if you are from high school. Because I have a brother so that also did the same thing and he used his high school teacher. So yeah. Any other question? So you are an open door winner. Okay, Mr. Orchestrola Daniel. Congratulations. I'm happy that you are. I was once an open doors winner also. So yeah, it's good. So okay, all this not so about the open door scholarship applicant. I'm actually uh working on that. I'm trying to get the full information of what is going on. So, but probably I'm very sure this week I should be able to drop a video for you guys. I'm very sure this week I'm almost there. So just give me a little more time. So I will let you guys know what's going on, way forward and next step and the likes. So this week, yeah, I should be expecting my video this new week. Yeah. Any other question so far? If you are an open doors winner, please just if you are getting a reply from your school, just continue to do the necessary steps and everything that they want from you as soon as possible. Don't waste time. And if you want to waste time or it's going to take time, let them know. Communicate with them that this thing that you want from me is going to take time. So let them know. Any other question? Any other question before we end this section? If you have any other question, let me know. Can you use affidavit? Affidavit for what? Is it bet affidavit or which type of affidavit? Uh, Maybe you should explain better about the affidavit, Mr. Daniel. Are you talking about birth certificate affidavit or like or change of name affidavit or which affidavit? I don't know. So let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you have any question. If I don't see any question in the next 2 minutes, then we are going to be ending this call, this webinar. Okay, I beg, can you do more updates for communication as student master? Cause STEM student the pack. Okay. I understand your questions that I don't know if I understand your question, but I guess maybe you're trying to say that uh maybe update or scholarship for art students for scholarship, or because I know that STEM schools or STEM's degree, they always get more scholarship. Sure, you are right on that. So, but for other courses, do you understand? Like art, commercials, those one they always have scholarship, but it's not always as much as all those STEM, science, technology. Science, technologies, and the like is what is reigning right now. So people tend to get more scholarship. If you have question, just type it here. So people tend to get more scholarship in that field. But for other part of the like science, like communication and the likes, don't worry, I'm going to make sure I also try to get scholarship related to that. But US schools have small scholarship on that. But don't worry, because next this application for four is ended. Most schools right now don't really have funding left for this current fall. So probably for spring next fall, I'm going to be putting more scholarship on that. Sorry, more scholarship information or application that is open on that will not just be for science or anything. So I will take note of that. Thank you very much. So don't worry, expect update. IG trend, you say you have a question, you can ask. Just type it in the chat box. Okay, remove it. STEM student the park scholarship. I beg, help us. Yeah, sure. You are right. Like I said, you are right on that. You are right on that. So, but don't worry. Like I said, uh, I will make sure that I give out updates on any available scholarship that is for art students. But like I said, most scholarship, especially university scholarship, they don't really have preference if this if you are from art or anything. Do you understand? Because most of your scholarship is always for like a the general program, like any program you're applying to. If the scholarship is from university, but if the scholarship like is pertaining to a particular like section or foundation, all those kind of stuffs, then it might be maybe for STEM or for social science or for economic development, all those kind of stuffs. But like I said, don't worry about that. Next US scholarship that will be opening, because most US scholarship is for any department, even though most science always get more, but commercials and all those art also have. So, but don't worry, like I said, I will give information on that. So the next one is why winners are being removed or rejected. Like I said, I get this for open doors. So like I said, this week expect information on that. I'm expecting a video on that. I'm doing my one or two things to get information, to extract information, so as to give you guys the full gist and what to do next or what next. So, but don't worry, by the end of this week. It's yeah. Because apart from the fact that open doors choose you guys, so the schools also have their own quota. Like some schools maybe they can't take more than 30 students per year or per semester, or maybe 20 students per semester. So you know that apart from open doors applicants, the school also taking personal applications. So it's possible that the school already like have enough, and they could not take more at a time because like they have enough for the space their school can take in, and they don't have more at the time for the program, so which is why they have to reject. So it's possible, but don't worry, like I said, I will get more info on that. Please, what is different between open door scholarship and HSC? Yeah, open door scholarship is more like the government scholarship. HSC scholarship is a university scholarship, so they are different between the two. So HSC university has its own scholarship personally, while Open Doors is the government of Russia scholarship. So more like Ministry of Education. So they are different. So it's possible for you. I have a friend. He won Open Doors scholarship and he won HSC scholarship. So he won the two. So it all depends, and you cannot decide to choose between one or the two. So there, one is university scholarship, one is just the government or Ministry of Education scholarship. So that's all for about that. Any other question before we round it up? Is there any German scholarship without B1 test? It's very, very hard. To be sincere, there is, but it's hard. Yeah, there is actually. There is. But especially that scholarship. That scholarship does that, but that's closed right now. So probably that will be next year because I have a friend, a very close friend of mine. he got into that scholarship and he was able to, he didn't even do the German test or anything. And he was able to make it to the interview stage and he passed the interview stage. They selected him, but like I said, that particular school only selects 7 people for the scholarship. So he was the eighth person on the list because they showed him the list. He was the eighth person on the list. It paid me for him, and they're waiting for someone to reject his scholarship so that he can be the next person. Because whenever someone rejects a scholarship, maybe they have honor scholarship, they will just put it, they will give the scholarship to the next person on the list. So, but he was unable to get that. Do you understand? Because all the 7 people actually accepted the scholarship. So, because you know, how much is B1 test exam? I guess you have to look at Google for that. To be sincere, I don't have idea. I only have idea about the ITS exam, TOEFL exam, GRE, all those GMAT exam amount. But the German, I don't know. Except you can check Google on that. Actually, ask Google, for the price. You can able to see, the exam test. Yeah. So I think that scholarship don't really require German, so you can apply, and most universities in Germany have or accept that scholarship. So, but don't worry, next applications we put it out harder. Put more, make sure people have more applications to apply to. So, any other question before I go? Any other question? So, if you don't have any other question, we'll probably end this here. So, thank you very much, guys. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe now and also put on the notification so as to get notified when a new content is uploaded. I love you guys. See you guys very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.